I'm giving a warning for this next post. It totally could be triggering. So just keep that in mind. We are about to talk about a very sensitive topic. Kyra Lynn says, while we're talking about incest and the rape of little girls, I'm going to talk about another taboo: termination late in pregnancy, or late term termination. She says 10, 11, and 12-year-old girls are some of the people who sometimes need terminations later in pregnancy. Can you guess why? She says the people responsible for accessing healthcare for them are either their rapist father, stepfather, grandfather, uncle, or the person who should be getting them first trimester termination care is their mother, who doesn't notice the abuse or who supports the rape happening at home, or who wants to support the actual rapist and protect them. Kyra Lynn continues, these little girls are sometimes completely unaware of what a period even is to know that they missed it. They may have been made pregnant before they even got their first period. Many girls at that age, whether abused or not, have no way to know what a late period equals pregnancy. And if somehow a 10-year-old rape victim even knows what pregnancy is and that she is pregnant, how is she supposed to access care or any pregnancy related health care? These pregnancies are extremely dangerous to their bodies. It unalives them sometimes. In general, in termination rights, we abandon third trimester patients, but we can't. For any of the reasons, someone might need a termination past 12 or 22 weeks. We have to be there for them. This includes little girls who are rape victims and survivors of incest. I know this isn't a comfortable topic, but I need people, especially men, to step up and defend access unequivocally, including minors, people who have had 2 or 3 or more small abortions, and for patients further along in pregnancy. Unlearn your termination stigma. And I was like, I'm screenshotting this and I'm about to make a video on this. Lindy Jane says, my son is a doctor who has had to do a late term termination for a 10-year-old rape victim whose organs were shutting down because the pregnancy was taking such a toll on her. Nobody wants late term terminations for F's sake, but sometimes they are needed to save an innocent life. And folks need to stop acting like women and girls are protected in this country. There are grape kits sitting up on shelves collecting dust because they do not go after these perps. There are so many people that are being trafficked. There are child marriage havens where people can take a child and go get married. They only need the signature of one parent. So basically, children can be sold off to a spouse, and it's typically a girl to a grown man. So people need to stop acting like women and girls are protected in this country where they're not. We can look at other countries and think, oh my God, child marriage is so bad, but it's happening here. Women and girls are unprotected here. And with that, I'm going to leave this. I know in her comments, she's getting all kind of vitriol because she had the nerve to talk about this. And the forced birther, anti-choicer rhetoric is just inflammatory, and it doesn't leave any room for humanity and people that are going through some things. It doesn't leave room for women who have been harmed financially or physically. It doesn't leave room for women in DV situations or who may have been harmed through rape. It doesn't leave any wiggle room or humanity for girls who have experienced rape or violence or anything. So I'm going to leave it there, and her points stand. But I do want to know, you guys can go ahead and chime in. Okay, so a content creator named Miranda is making commentary on this picture right here. This picture is captioned with, this is the ideal female body. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. And Miranda's commentary is, even with anti-choice propaganda, even when anti-choice propaganda includes a picture of a woman, she is cut off and dehumanized with no identity, showcasing that forced birthers view her only purpose to be to give birth, even against her will. Women have the right to decide for themselves if they gestate or terminate. And that's literally what she is. This woman right here is not a woman. She's an incubator. And that's it. She has no other purpose, but she does have to serve her master or whatever. And her master is her demigod that lives in the home. Jeannie responds with, if that was the ideal female body, women wouldn't be ordered to get back in shape the second they give birth. And that is true also because so many people act like women are ruined when we don't snap right back just like that, that we are just supposed to have a body that looks like it hasn't gone through that process as well. Miranda says that's the truth. Women are constantly shamed for needing time to recover or even participation from the sperm donor to participate in the lives of the child. So she does have time to sleep, work out, eat properly, and shower. Having, like, literally, women need the time, energy, and space to go out and do all of those things. But we just have to figure it out with the baby connected to us at all times. Jeannie says, yep, and a C-section destroys your abs and tummy tucks are not even covered by insurance, yet they demand I look exactly as I did before a major abdominal surgery. Yeah, I had a C-section. And I was talking to a woman that had a C-section in 1989. I had a C-section in 2016. My C-section was with staples that were dissolvable staples. The woman in 1989 had actual staples in her body that had to be removed. Can you imagine them stapling your body and then women having the nerve to not get back in shape just like that? At least my staples dissolved and I was able to recover a bit quicker than the women of the past. I love Mike's comment. He says, I'm at the pool with my kids, and it's really funny seeing these moms with their little kiddos and moms in a bikini, and dad looks like he's 8 months pregnant. I think dad is pregnant with a 10-pound food baby. Yes. And what reason do men have to gain all of this weight and have these pregnancy looking bodies and these birthing hips and these tatas that look like they're made to feed a baby when they do not have all of the hormonal changes that women go through? Even non-mothers go through more hormonal changes than these people, and they're getting these basketball sized bellies pushing out. Please explain. Now I'm going to segue to Answers in Genesis, obviously a Christian tweet, a Christian content creator. He says, low birth rates are ultimately the rejection of the biblical worldview that sees children as a blessing from God. Absolutely. Absolutely. We are going away from religion. The membership is declining just like the birth rates are declining. It goes hand in hand. And I am unsure why these people, they're like so close. They're so close to getting it. But women do not want to have all of these children. There are several reasons, and they're not going to be bombarded with scripture. They're not going to be beat over the head with a Bible to make them feel like they have to sacrifice themselves, like it's a duty to go off and have these kids, especially when it has been proven time and time again that men simply get to have an orgasm and then not participate in raising these children or cleaning up or even cleaning up just up after themselves. They are showing time and time again that they are going to be furniture with eyes and not actually participate. And then they are Pikachu faced, wondering why women are opting out of having children. Billy Physics says the population of the earth is now at 8.1 billion, and it increased by 150,000 today. The number of people we already have causes pollution, global warming, and higher starvation rates. Providing food, housing, and energy for a growing population will only make the problems worse. To that, Whitaker simply says no. That was well fleshed out. Such a compelling argument. I feel like I should go off and have 2 more children just because he said no. Billy was like, insightful response. Thanks for that. Okay, Lord Wooter says, cool, bro. So tell me how you plan to deal with the social ramifications of an aging population. And then Billy Physics says, I don't know, but spiraling overpopulation isn't the answer. And then Woot says, overpopulation is a myth. The problem isn't too many people. The problem is insufficiency and corruption. The issues listed need not be sorted by simply prohibiting new births. No one is prohibiting new births. Women are opting out. But there is an issue of food insecurity, of billionaires and millionaires sitting upon stacks of money, and other people not having the resources, because food costs are really high. The housing shortage is a thing. Inflation across the board. Childcare is scarce or way too expensive. So at some point, some of these societal things need to be addressed, but also the men's participation in the household also has to be addressed. So there are so many things that is going to continue the declining birth rate. The birth rate will continue to plummet to hell where it needs to be until such time as these issues are taken care of. Jet Screamer says, not to mention poor environment, living conditions, terrible health care, and crap food, but sure, thanks Jesus. Okay. Then someone says, hasn't stopped people in the past. And they use this picture where it looks like some coal miner's family. And, this is supposed to be compelling to somebody. I don't know who. But the thing is, did this woman who looks absolutely ecstatic to be a mother, does this woman look like she had very much choice? Does she look like she is a doting mother? Absolutely not. The thing is, women have the choices now. That's the reason why they are trying to strip choice away from women. They strip choice just so they can get back to this. Because who wouldn't want to have this many people grown and popped out of your body that you have to support? Anyways, y'all let me know what you think about these two. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.